So I'm a medical doctor and a wellness coach, and I work with women in their 30s and 40s who are feeling overwhelmed and tired, and I help them reclaim control of their health through sustainable lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
So I come from like a health and wellness background and don't have any business background, which is one of the reasons that I was really looking for a coach and someone to help me navigate the world of entrepreneurship and business. But I was really looking to grow my business and acquire new clients and really have a good strategy in place. And I felt like on my own it was harder to do that. And so in the club, it was a really good opportunity to work more with you directly and to also have the support and the network with like-minded sort of business.
But I do hear that I've been
Hmm.
doing these interviews with a few people and they're like, it's that connection. And I don't
Hmm.
know how you find it, but what some other people have been saying around like just the fact they appreciate actually that it's like a more intimate group of people versus
Hmm.
like this really big membership that you kind of like maybe know everyone, but maybe don't.
It's interesting too to kind of see a little bit behind the scenes of other business owners as well, because often what you see on social media isn't necessarily like what's actually happening. So it's
Totally.
nice to be like, it's not just me, like we're all going through very similar things.
And it's kind of cool to see a lot of you working on similar things and being like, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
doing this and it's feeling stretchy, and I'm doing this and it's feeling stretchy, but also seeing like you all kind of like be there with each other as you're taking on
Hmm.
actions that might feel a little uncomfortable or new. So, what are some of the things that we've been working on that you've been finding really helpful?
I think like within the club itself, I really love that there's themes. So there's monthly themes and there's things that we're all working on together, but then we all have our individual goals. So that's been
Yeah.
really helpful, as well as just the weekly calls and just having, I'm really enjoying the Monday calls where I can just kind of dive into my week, like look at what's ahead, connect with you and with the other women, and have a really clear, concrete plan for the week. That's been
Yeah.
super helpful. And then otherwise, I've been working a lot on client acquisition and having a very clear plan there too. So having like a weekly plan, but also that 90-day plan and working towards that and having like your support to help me come up with that plan and make sure that the numbers make sense and everything's really clear so that I know exactly like what steps to take. That's been, yeah, very helpful. Hmm.
Um, Let's talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit more because client
Yeah.
acquisition is probably one of the
Yeah.
most common topics that people
Yeah.
want some support with. And you're touching
Hmm.
on things that we've been doing, like tracking
Yeah.
your data and your metrics and your numbers. So
Hmm.
let's talk a little bit about specifically some of the things that we've tried and strategies that you're
Hmm.
working on and what you're finding helpful and where you're kind of like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zones to learn new ways to attract clients into your business.
I think like there's been like sort of what I would consider like the more traditional ways. So, just kind of through social media and online sales and marketing. And then there's been where I've been sort of reaching out of my comfort zone is with like the strategic partnerships and direct reach outs to people and to businesses. So we've come up with a plan around that, like where does it make sense for me to reach out and using different strategies, like offering like bonuses. And in my case, it's a free health coaching call and using that as a way to get people to come and into my world and to be able to connect and build relationships with people that way.
And how is that all
Hmm.
feeling as you're taking action in those spaces
Hmm.
and doing that work?
Yeah, it feels exciting. Definitely, like there are times where it feels a little scary and there's some fear and that comes out, but which is why it's nice to be in this group as
Mhm.
well because you have that support and yeah. But overall, like it's exciting and I'm like really hopeful and I feel like there's momentum now too in my business. Like I feel like things are moving forward and I can
Yeah,
see sort of where things are going and it feels really great to have a plan and to see changes taking place.
that's a great segue into talking about
Hmm.
kind of like the intrinsic and extrinsic results that you've been seeing. What are you
Hmm.
noticing when you say you've been seeing some momentum?
Hmm.
What have you been creating?
I think definitely intrinsically, it's been around mindset. So working on my mindset and understanding a little bit of what the game of entrepreneurship is, and
Yeah.
knowing that there will be that roller coaster and there will be moments where things feel a bit lower, but then just kind of learning to ride it out. And
Yeah.
again, having that support from the group and from you has been really helpful to get
Yeah.
through those moments that are a bit tougher. And then also like appreciating the highs and the wins more as well. And again, celebrating those, but being part of a community that like understands like what that means has been
Mhm.
really great. And then extrinsically, it's just been around like just meeting more people, talking to more people, starting to work with more clients as well. Like just actually seeing, being able to do what I want to do, like being able to coach and work with people and bring them into my programs. So that's been really wonderful.
Who would you recommend the Soulful CEO
Mhm.
Club to? What kind of person, entrepreneur, yeah,
Mhm.
who might be a good fit in your mind?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so I think definitely any entrepreneur who's like really passionate about what they're doing and really has like a greater purpose and just wants that support, wants to be able to grow, wants to be part of a community of like-minded biz owners. And I think like who's maybe at a level where they feel like they're kind of stuck and want to like level up and yeah, be able to have the resources and the support and the guidance from you and from the community.